We welcome you to Sports Talk. I'm Ted Emrich. We have a jam-packed soccer episode for you coming out of spring break, and we start with the McKinney boys, who just clinched their second consecutive district title. Then it's off to the girls. 2 games left in the regular season. All 3 teams in the hunt for a district title themselves. Boys are defending state champion, and the Broncos tasted something recently they're not used to. That's defeat. And this week they're out for payback. North and McKinney are battling for the same crown, and this week we'll decide who wears it. We'll sit down with the coaches, hear their insight, and also on the way, the Dennis Baker State Farm Scholar Athlete of the Week. This is Sports Talk. McKinney has the edge in District 17 4A, a game up on North with 2 games left. Coach Alex Pantarotto joining us now. And Alex, what has pleased you the most about this team as it's worked its way to the top of the league?
I just love to watch them play. I think they play like a team. I have had teams that were full of talent, and they really play like individuals on a team. These players learn how to play and understand each other, so the chemistry has become an issue for us, a positive thing for us that I just love to watch them play, to tell you the truth.
We check out some of the highlights from earlier in district play for McKinney. In fact, a 5-0 victory over Little Elm late last month. It just a microcosm of this season. You've had the balanced scoring. You've had good play from your defense and your goalkeeper. You've lost only 1 game in district play. What stood out to you in this particular matchup?
I just thought that the chemistry on these girls make a big difference when you play anybody, because they understand each other so well on the field. They know where they're running. They know what is expected, and I think that's what I'm most proud of them. And I think this game also was a game of being patient, a game of taking the time to do things the right way. I think in this game, Little Elm had some players missing. In fact, I think they have 5 players missing. So I expect a tougher game coming up on Friday. So that's our senior night. But when I watch these girls play, and most of the combination passes that they make and the runs that they make, is that they understand each other with the soccer ball. It's that they talk with the soccer ball. And really that's what is important in soccer, is that it's like they learn how to talk with the soccer ball. I give it to you, you give it to me. And it's just that combination, I think, is the dream team for a coach, you know.
The last few years, really, you've been able to rely on Abby Smith for scoring. She took her talents to Indiana, and you have replaced her by committee. You have 6 players who have at least 5 goals each. Did you think that you'd be able to replace Abby's production so easily?
When the season started, preseason, we were not scoring many goals. I saw combination plays, but I noticed that we couldn't get deep enough in the box for us to have better chances. We lost a game to Plano East that it could have been a 0-0 game, and we lost 1-0. We lost to Plano 2-1 on a game that, to me, we played better than Plano, but something was brewing on these kids, and that's the part that I'm so happy about, that they managed to extend their possession inside the 18-yard box, and that's how we're finding a lot of people open to score goals.
And one of those players who's been bearing it quite often this season has been a freshman, Neely. She leads the way with 10. What has allowed her to become such an impact player so early in her career?
I think the friendly style that we play has a lot to do with players adapting to a system. Sometimes coaches make life very difficult for players, that they want this run, that run. I just always worked on making sure that they understand flow as it comes versus predetermined. Yes, you teach them some things for them to think about, but in the game they have to make a decision, and hopefully we'll give them enough practice in certain situations where they figure out themselves. And so that's what the growth is in the game of soccer, and I think these girls are getting there. And I think Lauren is a good example, a freshman coming in, and she automatically becomes an impact on the team because she understood exactly what she had to do.
And you're also relying on a couple of juniors offensively in Natalie Throneberry and Lizzie Navarrete. Lizzie, 8 goals, 10 assists. Natalie has 9 goals and 5 assists. It's great to have this kind of balance because that makes you that much more dangerous. You don't know where that scoring is coming from.
Right, and we have added also outside of the box shots by Christian Leong, senior, and also senior Tori Herbert. I think they also are working on the other part of the game that we need, that is the 25, 30-yard shot that nobody's expecting. And so we don't necessarily have to go inside the box to score, but we also can take shots from outside the box. And that's the other part that we need, because it can't be that every time you step into the box, you're going to have an easy time to shoot. So sometimes learning how to shoot from outside the box is very important.
A couple of weeks ago, you earned a personal achievement that few coaches can dream of. Career win number 200, a 3-1 victory over Prosper. What was that night like for you?
Well, it didn't start very good because it was very windy. And when we play on a windy day on turf, it becomes you play one half on defense and one half on offense. Prosper had the win first, and unfortunately, they scored on us on a PK that I really didn't see happen. I watched the film. I know 2 players going for the ball, but I have no idea why the referee called a PK. But we were down 1-0, so I was just trying to finish that half 1-0 to give us a chance because, you know, in a windy day, anything can happen. But I think the girls knew it was going to be my 200 win because I didn't talk to them about it. And they had everything prepared in the sense they have signs and things like that waiting. However, we were losing 1-0. So they started the second half and they really played very well. We scored on long shots. We scored on set plays. I mean, really, I was very proud for them to come back and win the game 3-1 against a tough team, well-coached team, and I just, it was like you get that monkey off your back, you know, say, okay, we finished the game. So at the end of the game, the girls got together in one, I didn't know this, I mean, I was shaking hands with the referees and the other coaches, and I turned around, and they were all lining up in front of one of the goals with signs of 200, and that was a great surprise for me. I was very happy.
Like you said, getting the monkey off your back, was it kind of wearing on you? All right, let's just get this over with. I'm on 199. Let's forget about this so we can move on with the rest of our season.
Yeah, actually it started happening like 10 games ago, 10 games before the 200, because you can't stop thinking, okay, I wonder when I get my 200. And now that you start, I just take one game at a time, and that's the way I am. I'm always like that, and I say whenever it comes, it comes. Mary Foyt, our athletic secretary, said, well, why don't you wait till Friday? It's your birthday. And I said, no, we're going to play hard. We're going to try to win the game.
That's right.
And that's what we did. And I was pleased that in a tough situation, the girls came through and it was another growing experience for us. So.
Well, speaking of Mary, and speaking of Friday, she had the right idea in mind because your 55th birthday was that Friday after the game against Prosper, and that was a memorable night as well, a 12-0 win over Denison, first of all. But before the game, a blast from the past as you had a celebration for your 200th victory. Several former players in attendance, including your first captain, Angie Reeder, even your current captain, Tori Hurlbert, in there to present you with plaques and shower you with praise. Really a special week all the way around for you.
Yeah, it was a very emotional time. Something that I will never forget. And not that we emphasize on winning, but more about that some of these players, you become very attached to them because when they go out and they become successful individuals, that's what we work for, you know. And I just love to be here in McKinney. You know, when we won state, the first thing I said on TV is that I was very proud to be in McKinney and to put McKinney in the map because we never won a state championship in none of the schools. And look what happened after that. Now North wins it and Boyd wins it. So I was pleased to be the first there and to set the path for the other coaches to get there. But by going back to this ceremony, you know, you look at players that made a difference also in my life because, you know, you learn from them too. I mean, I'm always learning, and I think Sean Pratt has also been a great supporter of our work at McKinney. And we known each other for a long time since he was at McKinney High School. So he knows very well that we care about kids, that we try to do always the right thing, and we're proud to be there, you know.
Yeah, you bring up Sean's name, McKinney ISD's athletic director, and he had an interesting comment after that 200th career win for you over Prosper. He said when he first met you, 20 years ago when you both came in this district together just about a year apart, he thought at first you had more passion for soccer than anything, coming from that club scene, starting a program, and he quickly realized that you do have more passion for the girls that you actually coach, more so than just the sport. And I'm sure there's an evolution with that. You have passion for both, but overall, like you mentioned, the true difference makers are the girls that you coach, and you value them, you treasure them, the memories that you create with them.
Yeah, I know we love the game, and I think all coaches, well, most coaches love the game. That's the reason we're doing what we're doing. And we're spending more time with these kids than we spend with our kids. So that is something that I treasure, is the fact that, and I pray to God on that. I really pray to God to help me become a better teacher and a better coach, a better husband, a better father. I want to become a better son of God, and that's me. You know, that I'm not imposing. I'm not, but I think it carries on because it helps me realize on the impact that we have on some of these kids, and I just sometimes we have to be tough, but with love comes discipline, and I think the girls understand that, and I think that's the reason we've been able to put a successful program in place at McKinney High School. I think with the boys, we're probably the most successful program in the school. So, and we were lucky to have gifted girls that come and play soccer for us, and because I also think that we have the best coaching staff at McKinney High School. I know all these guys for a long time, and they're excellent coaches, you know, and so I'm happy to be part of that, you know, part of that equation, to be among great coaches that are at McKinney High School, and to have success also helps me realize that, yes, I am important too, you know, and that's what, so every time I have to make a decision, I really have to think twice because I got to do the right thing, and that's what is important, I think.
Well, you have a chance to achieve some more success this week. 2 games remaining in the regular season, a district title for the taking, games against Anna as well as Little Elm. What would a district championship mean?
That's a tough question. For a little while, I thought we had it. North was going to steal it from us, and we still have 2 games to go, and that's what I've been talking to these girls a lot about this week, is the fact that now that we are in the driver's seat, we can't let it slip out of our hands, and we are in control, and we have to take control of that. I think the girls understand that. I think we'll see these girls fire up to play these 2 games, and hopefully we'll be district champions again. If I remember correctly, when I talked to you the first time, I thought that Prosper was going to be the team to beat. I don't know what happened there. We're very happy to be where we are, of course, and bring another feather for McKinney. The original high school has many more feathers to get, and we'll try to do that in 5A next year.
Alex, best of luck this season, this week, and in the playoffs to come. Thanks so much for the time.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Alex Pantarotto, head coach of the McKinney Lionettes. First, the milestones for Coach Pantarotto. 200 career wins, his 55th birthday. Next up, perhaps a district title. McKinney is rolling toward the postseason.